Okay, so we're going to talk about inheritance in Java. So, so pretty much, let's say we have a class um, of called persons, and let's say we also have an employees class. Okay, so what I want to do is inherit all the methods and stuff from the employees class, like when I'm in the persons class. So what I'll start off is by uh, setting up my employees class. So I'll do public class employee. And here, I'm going to display the monthly salary. So public double, and it's going to be a fixed rate of, what should it be? Let's do $4,500.50. Okay, so all the persons, I guess, are going to have a monthly salary of 4,500. And let's also get the amount of vacation days. Okay, so this will return 12. Okay, so all the employees are going to have 12 vacation days. So now let's set up our stuff for our persons class. So we'll do public class persons. Okay, and what we're going to do is let's get the information about this person. Okay, so we'll get their name and their age. So let's set up a constructor. And so we do this dot name equals name, and this dot age equals age, and we'll return these. So let's get up let's set up the getters. So public string get name, and public int get age. Okay, so right now this class cannot access the contents in our employee class. So what we can do is, instead of writing public class persons, we do public class persons extends employees. So now this has access to these contents. So it has access to the monthly salary and vacation days. So let's go to our main file. So okay, so what we're gonna do is set up a portfolio for our first person. So we call this class persons per one equals new persons. Let's have their name be Mike, and let's have their age be 26. Okay, so I want to see person one's monthly salary. So I'll do system.out. So s means system, dot means out. I don't want to write system.out. So system.out dot print line per one. I'm gonna call their monthly salary. The per one monthly salary. And from here, this is gonna print out $4,550. Okay, so even though we're calling, hold on, sorry, I think I hit my mic. Okay, so even though we're calling this class here, since it extends to the employees, um, we're gonna be able to access the contents in here. Okay, and we can also do the same for the other one as well. So we do system.out.println per one dot vacation days. Okay, and this will print out 12. Okay, and now let's say let's say our boss, let's write another file called boss. Okay, so boss is we're gonna have boss also inherit our employee class, but we're gonna have our boss's monthly salary be a lot more higher, as well as our vacation days. So we're gonna do public class boss extends employee. Okay, so right now it can access these materials. Okay, so like if we were to do if we were to call our boss class, we will be able to access these contents as well. But I don't want my boss's salary to be 4,500 or have 12 vacation days. I want those to be higher. So what I could do is overwrite those classes. So I would write public double monthly salary. So I'm writing exactly like the every single word in here. I'm writing them key, and I guess I'll return this much. This is his monthly salary, and same with his vacation days. He's gonna have 50 vacation days. Okay, so if we were to do instead boss equals new boss, if we do system.out.println and get the boss's monthly salary, even though our boss class inherits everything from our employee class, we overwritten those. So instead of getting 4,500, we're going to get 12,500. So this one will display 12,500.35. And same if you do vacation days. Instead of getting 12, we're going to get 50. Now, but let's do one more thing. Let's say there are some of let's say there are some of our persons who deserve a raise, or sorry, a raise. How would we write that? Well, what we can do is add a new constructor into here. So I'll move this down. Let me also space everything out because everything's getting a little cluttered. So I'll move these to the side. Okay, there we go. So let's have this constructor be reserved for people who didn't get a raise, and let's set up a new constructor for people who do get a raise. So we would need to set up a new variable. We'll call it new salary. Hold on, let me quickly fix this. Okay, so here we'll create a double value and we'll call this new salary. All right, so let's include that into our constructor. So I do this dot name equals name, this dot age equals age, and I'm not going to do this dot salary equals salary. I'm going to do something else instead. Okay, so in my employees class, I'm going to like change some stuff up. Hold on. So I'm going to add a constructor. So wait, so pretty much the first thing I'm going to do is include a new variable called regular salary, int regular salary. Okay, and I'm gonna call my instructor. I'm not gonna pass anything in it, so it's gonna be an empty constructor. But I'm gonna have, if we call this constructor, I'm gonna set my regular salary to be 12. Sorry, what was the salary supposed to be? 4,500. Okay, there we go. Now, what I'm gonna do is add a setter where if it's called, we change the salary value. So we'll do public void, and we'll call it new salary. Um, sorry, it should be double regular salary, not in salary. Okay, and we'll pass in our regular salary. Okay, and then we do this dot regular salary equals salary. So equals regular salary. Okay, and then in our monthly salary, we're gonna get rid of this and return in our regular salary. This should be a regular monthly salary, but I'm not gonna like rewrite everything. Okay. All right. The boss thing is getting a little cluttered. So I'll move this here. There we go. Okay. Now back in our persons constructor, what we're gonna do is call our new salary method. Recall like our employees. Our employees class is we extended our persons class to our employees class, so we can access everything in our employees class. So we can access new salary, and we can pass in uh uh this data type. I'm gonna call this uppercase new salary, so it doesn't get confusing. There you go. So new salary, and we pass this in. All right. So now let me show you what's now going on. So let's say person let's say Mike deserves a raise here. Okay. So let's say his new salary should be 6,000. Okay. So what's going on now is, since there's three parameters in this constructor, when we go to our person's class, we obviously have to call this constructor instead of this constructor. So obviously we get our name, we get our age, but then we pass in 6,000 into here. Now we go to our employees class to take care of that. So we call new salary. Wait, so in our employees class, as we execute everything, so regular salary currently equals null, but then when we enter a constructor, we set our regular salary to be 4,500 dot 25. But then we call this setter because we're calling the setter from here, and this setter we say this dot regular salary. So this regular salary, we're gonna have this equal to what the value we pass into here, so 6,000. So this is so we pass in 6,000 here. So our regular salary becomes 6,000. Then back in our main, we call our monthly salary, and that's going to print out 6,000. Okay, so we are going to be calling this method, and this will return in 6,000.